So I wanted to add this to the video you're about to watch, going over why Jimmy Kimmel is in so much trouble. But this literally just dropped, so I wanted to add this in because in the video you're about to see, he had not yet apologized. Like, this just came out, and he's trying to cover up why he's going on vacation and stuff like that, when really it's to try to save face and not get in trouble. So he did bend the knee and apologizes for making jokes. So you're about to find out why, but he's in a lot of trouble. Late night host Jimmy Kimmel apologized Tuesday for a series of impressions he did in the past of black celebrities, such as former NBA player Karl Malone, but said he believes he has evolved and matured over the last 20 plus years and intended to continue to speak out on causes he believed were worthy of discussion on his ABC show. I have long been reluctant to address this, as I knew doing so would be celebrated as a victory to those who equate apologies with weakness and cheer for leaders who use prejudice to divide us. Talking about the Orange Man. That delay was a mistake, Kimmel said in a prepared statement. There is nothing more important to me than your respect, and I apologize to those who were genuinely hurt or offended by the makeup I wore or the words I spoke. You know what, Jimmy? It's not going to be good enough, because the reason people say never apologize is because it's never good enough. That's like the whole point. So Jimmy Kimmel has now bent the knee. What will be interesting is to see if they forgive him for all the stuff you're about to see right now. So Jimmy Kimmel not having a very good year. That's why I pulled up this tweet. This is from January 26th. It's his pinned tweet. So it's the first thing you'll see if you go to his profile. It says, "So far 2020, you suck." And I don't disagree with him. So far, this has been a pretty terrible year. Everything going on, from being locked down and, all the other stuff going on. It's not been the best year. But Jimmy Kimmel's getting it a little bit worse than others. So he's got a lot of stuff going on right now. I'm going to go over it because I think a lot of this is pretty interesting, particularly how he's handled this, because he's handled it a little bit different than a lot of his colleagues. Jimmy Fallon recently got in a little bit of trouble for doing some of the same stuff Kimmel did. And Jimmy Fallon ran right out and bent the knee and thanked people for canceling him, which I always find humorous. Thank you for holding me accountable and all that stuff. So far, Jimmy Kimmel actually hasn't said anything. He's running and trying to see if this will all blow over, and we'll see if that works out for him. It's really interesting to see how each person that this happens to handles the situation. But let's go over it. So he's trended a couple of times on Twitter. One for using the N-bomb in a song where he was doing a parody of Snoop Dogg, and I'll get to that. Today, the Man Show is trending. It's trending. It's been trending all morning. This was a show he did on Comedy Central. It would never be able to fly today. I'm sure it's going to get articles written about it and everything. It's here's a synopsis right here. I don't know why y'all are always surprised to find out Jimmy Kimmel, co-creator of The Man Show, is gross. Here's a description of the show. This half-hour comedy show focuses on things men enjoy: beer, women, and, well, come on, how much do you really need? The show features dancing women who often wear semi-revealing outfits, and each episode ends with footage of women jumping on trampolines. As you can see, probably wouldn't be able to be in production today, which I don't see why. I mean, if you don't like it, don't watch it. That's my stance on things. But basically anything that he's done is coming to light. Like, they're really going after him. I almost wonder if they're trying to force him to come out and bend the knee. But here's how he's handling all of this compared to other people. So he announced on the 19th that he's taking the summer off. This was amid the reveal of his blackface of Karl Malone. That's actually been around for a while, and it was really, what's really funny, and this is what I find really interesting. So, he was, every time he would make digs at the Orange Man, right? People would take that Karl Malone clip and they would post it on his Twitter thread. It was always ignored. None of these outlets picked up that Karl Malone skit over the entire 4 years that Orange Man has been in office. But now, given that it's the right time to go after people like Jimmy Kimmel and everything going on with all of the protesting and stuff, doing something like that, like what he did with Karl Malone, that's not very popular. In fact, it's cause for cancellation. So now that it's useful, it's being brought to light. He probably should have tried to get ahead of this a while ago, but instead he ignored it. And the fact that he's not saying anything to the super woke left, which he's a part of, make no mistake, he's absolutely a part of them, that's not acceptable. So I wonder, is he going to come out and make a statement? Like, he's trying to run, taking the summer off. Just going to forget about it and wait for it to blow over. It's actually, in my opinion, kind of the smarter idea. I do have to give it to him. Must be nice to be able to do this. I don't like Jimmy Kimmel, though. I think he's trash. But I have to say, this is a long time ago. It's not in the best taste, but this is old stuff. And everyone knew about it before, but now is the right time to use it, really. It was always out there, that skit he did as Karl Malone, and no one had a problem with it until now. But hey, we need the news, and why not eat each other? This is why they say, these people always eat themselves, and this is what they're doing right now. And it keeps getting worse for Jimmy. There was another thing that happened. Back in 2013, Jimmy Kimmel used N-word imitation Snoop song in 1996, impersonated comic George Wallace in 2013 audio. This got him to trend #1 on Twitter for a while, and people weren't very happy with him. They were very upset at their boy Jimmy. Very, very upset. Poor Jimmy Kimmel, huh? Poor guy. Poor guy. So this is the new thing. Exclusive. Jimmy Kimmel, who urged actor Tom Arnold to release an alleged tape of Trump saying the same thing, admitted years ago that he imitated rapper Snoop Dogg's voice for a track in a 1996 Christmas album, an original song in which Kimmel used the word several times. The admission came in a 2013 podcast obtained this weekend by Fox News. In the podcast, Kimmel also changed his speech pattern in an attempt to adopt the voice of black comedian George Wallace in what host Adam Carolla called Kimmel's crazy black voice. Kimmel acknowledged imitating black people on other occasions as well. Kimmel, who is slated to host the Emmy Awards this year, announced last week that he's taking the summer off amid a brewing controversy. He has not issued an apology. And you can actually listen to the song. I'll actually link this article in the description if you want to listen to it. So, yeah, this is all coming back and blowing up in his face. And it's not stopping there. Now they're going and they're looking through everything that he's done on his show even. So check this out. Here's the new thing. This was published 12 hours ago. They're going through his interviews, and they found one. It's like they just have somebody going and watching all this stuff or something and looking for ways to kind of smear him now, which is interesting. So what's happening here is he did an interview with not Michael Bay, but Megan Fox. And she's making a joke about Michael Bay and her on a movie. So let me read you this. So this is from when she worked as an extra on Bad Boys 2. In the clip, Fox, now 34, recalls working as an extra on Bad Boys 2, directed by Bay, now 55. The actress said that at just 15 years of age, she was dressed in a bikini and heels, but could not sit at the bar due to her age. Bay's solution to that problem was to then have me dancing under a waterfall getting soaking wet, said Fox to laughs from the crowd. I was in the 10th grade. That's sort of a microcosm of how Bay's mind works. Kimmel responded, well, that's really a microcosm of how all our minds work, but some of us have the decency to repress those thoughts and pretend that they don't exist. Now, here's what's going on here. He was supposed to, the proper wokest leftist response was for him to drop everything, go over there and cradle her and tell her it's going to be okay. And kind of just have a PA meeting to the camera. I'm not condoning anything here of what she said or whatever. I probably wouldn't have had someone that young dancing in my movie. I don't even remember. I didn't even know she was in that movie. But what my point here is what they're doing now is they're going through every single thing that he's ever done and said, and they're going through it with a fine comb, and they're going to find every little thing they can find on him and bring it out. This is a thorough canceling that they're doing to him. And it's leading to more and more articles. Here's one from today at 10:18 a.m. This is like an hour ago in my time. And it's a whole timeline. Here's everything we can find on him. It's pretty crazy. Like, they are really, really going after him. And like, look, you got Megan Fox coming out and leaving comments on that now. And it's crazy. Talking about Detroit Pistons, all kinds of stuff. Like, I don't know, man. He's in a lot of trouble. I guess at this point in time, we are on the bending of the knee apology response, waiting for that one. But I gotta say, I don't feel too bad for Jimmy Kimmel. He's a hack, a very disingenuous one, by the way. And he's tried to be in bed with these people for years, and this is what you get. Personally, I don't think he should lose his show. I hate cancel culture, but I'm not surprised by this. Nobody that follows any of this stuff is probably really surprised by this. And you would think that he would have seen this coming. And it's just funny. He decided, I'm just going to keep getting in bed with him. So I don't know what you're going to do, Jimmy Kimmel. Try to come crawling back to the normal people. I'm for sure not going to be supporting you. And you did this to yourself, man. You did this to yourself. So anyway, let me know what you guys think about all this. I'd like to hear what you have to say. Also, if you would, throw a like up, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Subscribe if you're new. Hit that notification bell, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace. Also, if you want to help support the channel, check out my Teespring store. There's a link in the description. You can find some merchandise in there that you might want to check out.